When Hollywood's golden girl signed on to star in a romantic drama about escaping toxic relationships, nobody expected the real toxicity to be happening off screen. Blake Lively seemed to have it all: the perfect marriage to Ryan Reynolds, the A-list career, the flawless image. But behind the scenes of It Ends With Us, something darker was unfolding. Something that would explode into a $400 million legal war that's still ragging today. What started as whispered complaints during filming has turned into one of the most explosive Hollywood battles in years, with accusations flying from both sides and careers hanging in the balance. The perfect project that turned into a nightmare. It Ends With Us was supposed to be Justin Baldoni's big break. The actor had built a loyal following, and directing a best-selling novel adaptation felt like his moment to step into the big leagues. For Blake, this was different too. A chance to tackle serious subject matter about domestic violence and survival. The book had millions of devoted fans. The buzz was real. Production kicked off with all the usual excitement, Instagram posts from set, behind-the-scenes glimpses that made everything look picture perfect. But according to what would later surface, things went sideways almost immediately. Blake wasn't just the star, she had creative input, strong opinions, and the kind of Hollywood power that comes with being married to one of the biggest names in the business. Justin was the first-time director trying to prove himself. Two very different people, two very different visions, and allegedly two very different ideas about boundaries. The trailer incident nobody saw coming. Here's where it gets disturbing. Blake's lawsuit, filed in December 2024, included allegations that made headlines worldwide. She claimed Justin entered her trailer uninvited while she was undressed. Think about that for a second. Your co-star and director walking into your private space without permission while you're changing. The lawsuit didn't stop there. Blake accused him of pressuring her to film intimate scenes that hadn't been discussed or agreed upon beforehand. Scenes that went beyond what was in the script, what was in her contract, what she'd consented to. She described a hostile work environment where she felt uncomfortable, trapped, and powerless to push back without risking the entire production. For someone playing a character escaping an abusive relationship, the irony was brutal. Reports claim Blake raised these issues during filming, trying to get things back on track. But instead of things getting better, she says they got worse, way worse. The smear campaign that shocked everyone. What allegedly happened next is where the story takes a turn into something much more calculated. Blake's legal team claimed that Justin didn't just brush off her complaints, he actively worked to destroy her reputation. According to the lawsuit, he orchestrated a coordinated media smear campaign designed to paint her as difficult, demanding, and out of control. Think about how public perception works in Hollywood. One well-placed story, a few anonymous sources, suddenly the narrative shifts and you're not the victim anymore, you're the problem. Blake accused Justin's team of feeding negative stories to outlets, manipulating social media conversations, and turning what should have been her triumphant project into a PR disaster. The timing was suspicious too. Right when the film was being promoted, when Blake should have been basking in the spotlight, whispers started circulating. Rumors about her being difficult on set, claims that she was controlling, stories that made her look like the villain instead of the star. And here's the thing, most of the public had no idea what was really happening behind closed doors. Baldoni fires back with a massive countersuit. If you thought Blake's lawsuit was shocking, wait until you hear what came next. Justin Baldoni didn't just deny the allegations, he came out swinging with a $400 million countersuit. $400 million. He accused Blake and Ryan Reynolds of defamation, civil extortion, and invasion of privacy. His legal team painted a completely different picture. They claimed Blake had taken control of the film, rewriting major scenes without his approval. One example that stood out, the rooftop scene where the main characters meet. Justin's lawyers said Blake rewrote it herself and then brought in a mega celebrity friend to back her up, later revealed to be Taylor Swift. Imagine being a first-time director and having one of the biggest pop stars in the world brought in to support script changes you didn't ask for. The power dynamics there are insane. Justin's team also claimed that Blake used her husband's influence and connections to bully him into submission, threatening his career if he didn't comply. They accused the couple of weaponizing their fame to destroy his reputation and make sure he'd never work in Hollywood again. Ryan Reynolds gets dragged into the war. Ryan Reynolds wasn't even on set, but he became a central figure in this legal battle anyway. Justin's countersuit specifically named him, alleging that Ryan interfered with the production and used his industry power to intimidate. Blake and Ryan are one of Hollywood's most powerful couples. They have connections everywhere: studios, agents, publicists, media outlets. According to Justin, they used all of it against him. The lawsuit claimed Ryan was involved in discussions about the script and creative direction, inserting himself into a project that had nothing to do with him professionally. For Justin, it felt like fighting two A-listers instead of one. But here's where it gets messy. Was Ryan just supporting his wife through a horrible situation situation? Or was he actually leveraging his power to control the narrative? That's the question everyone's asking. And depending on who you believe, the answer changes everything. Who's really telling the truth here? So where does that leave us? On one side, you have Blake Lively, an established actress with a clean public image, accusing her director of harassment and retaliation. On the other, you have Justin Baldoni, a rising director claiming he was bullied and extorted by Hollywood royalty. Both sides have lawyers, both sides have evidence, both sides are convinced they're the victim. Here's what we know for sure. Justin's initial case was dismissed in June, which Blake's team called a total victory and a complete vindication. But that doesn't mean the story's over. Blake's original lawsuit against Justin is still ongoing, with a trial set for March 2026. That trial is going to be explosive. Witnesses, text messages, emails, behind-the-scenes footage, all of it could become public. Social media is split down the middle. Some people see Blake as a brave woman standing up to mistreatment. Others see her as a powerful actress weaponizing the Hush Me Too movement to cover up her own bad behavior. Some view Justin as a predator who abused his position. Others see him as a victim of a smear campaign by people with way more power than he'll ever have. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, buried under layers of PR spin and legal strategy. What happens when the cameras roll in March? March 2026 is going to be a defining moment. When that trial starts, both careers are on the line. If Blake wins, Justin's reputation is finished. He'll be labeled a predator, blacklisted from major projects, and remembered for all the wrong reasons. If Justin's version holds up in court, Blake faces a different nightmare. Accusations that she lied, manipulated the system, and destroyed someone's career for control. Ryan's image takes a hit too if it's proven he overstepped. And let's be real, Hollywood is watching. It's about power dynamics, about who gets believed, about what happens when A-listers clash with rising talent. This case isn't just about two people anymore. It's about whether fame and connections can override accountability, or whether the industry is finally holding powerful people responsible, regardless of their status. Legal experts are already speculating. Some think the case will settle quietly before trial. Neither side wants the full dirty details aired in public. Others believe both parties are too dug in, too convinced they're right to back down now. Either way, this story has already changed both of their lives forever. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni walked onto the set of It Ends with Us as collaborators. They're walking into court as enemies. One of them is lying. One of them had their career destroyed for speaking up. Or maybe, just maybe, they both made mistakes that spiraled into something neither of them can control anymore. What we do know is this: Hollywood's obsession with image, power, and control has created a battlefield where truth is the first casualty. And when that trial starts in March, the whole world will be watching to see who's left standing when the smoke finally clears.